Assalamu alaikum students, welcome to your English class, and today we shall begin with Unit First and the very first chapter on your English textbooks, Packing by Jerome K. Jerome. It is on page number 1. I would request all the students to read this lesson before watching this video. This lesson is an excerpt from the book Three Men in a Boat by the same author, that is Jerome K. Jerome. Now let's talk about the author first. So, Jerome Clarke Jerome was his full name, and he was born in 1859 and died in 1927. He was an English novelist and a playwright. That means he wrote novels as well as wrote plays. He was born in the borough of Walsall. It's a place in United Kingdom. Now, at a very young age of 14, he started to financially support himself. Why? Because his family was not well to do. That means they could not support him, they had very little money. So, throughout his life, he did many jobs. He began with clerking, then teaching, then acting also. And finally, he turned his attention to writing and editing. Jerome was also known to be a humorist. That means he would create humor in his stories, and his works were a unique combination of wit and anecdote. Wit is the ability of a writer to use words and ideas in an intelligent way to create humor. And anecdote is a short account of a real incident, and it is often humorous. So he would create humor in his writings. Some of his famous works were Idle Thoughts of an Idle Fellow, Three Men in a Boat, The Passing of the Third Floor Back. That was a play, and it was successful at the theatre. Now, this passage that we are about to read is from the book Three Men in a Boat, and this one is a travelogue. What is a travelogue? Travelogue is an account of someone's journey. Travelogue is an essay which a writer writes to describe his travel, or you can simply call them travel writings. Now, before we start this lesson, I just want you to recall a situation where you were packing a bag for yourself. So, if you have ever been to a trip and you were asked to pack your bag, what kind of a situation was that, or what kind of a situation would that be? Would it be a humorous situation? Would it cause anger in you and people around? So, is it something that needs experience and expertise? Or any random guy can get up and start packing and he can do it well? Or maybe not. Maybe he creates a mess of it. So, this lesson is about three people who are about to pack their bags, and how do they create a mess of it. That is what we are going to read in this lesson. The story has four characters in all. Three are human characters. The author himself, that is Jerome. And then there are his friends George and Harris. And there is also one animal character, that is a dog. His name is Montmorency. We'll read about him later in the lesson. So the story begins with Jerome offering to pack. And why does he do that? Because he thinks that he is the best packer in the world, and he knows packing better than many other people in the world. In fact, he is very proud of himself, and he thinks there are many things that he knows better than others. So he tells George and Harris to leave every thing entirely to him. This offer was readily accepted by George and Harris. They fell into the suggestion with a readiness that had something uncanny about it. That means they were eager to agree to his suggestion, as if this is what they wanted. And this sounded a little bit uncanny or unusual or strange to Jerome. He did not expect this kind of a reaction from his friends. So, what does George and Harris do? They just sit back and relax. George puts on a pipe and spreads himself over an easy chair. And Harris also does something similar. He cocks his legs on the table and lights a cigar. So दोनों क्या है, आराम से बैठ जाते हैं, and now they will only watch his friend how he would pack. But this wasn't what Jerome had intended. His actual intention was that he should just boss the job and let Harris and George do work under his directions. He says that I should boss the job and Harris and George should potter about under my directions. This was his actual intention, that he wanted to be the boss, not the worker. He wanted, he actually wanted to teach George and Harris how they should do. He would guide them how they should pack the things into the bag. But the way in which they took his suggestion got him irritated. Jerome got irritated by the way George and Harris took his suggestion. So because the author says that there is nothing that irritates him more than watching people sitting around when he is working. Moving on to page number 2. Now, Jerome says that he once used to live with a person who would irritate him or make him mad in the similar manner. How? That he would sit on the sofa, he would loll on the sofa and watch him work for hours together. सो वी ऑलरेडी नो कि ये इरिटेट हो जाता था जब कोई इसको बैठ के काम करते हुए देखता. ये काम कर रहा है और कोई इसको आराम से बैठ के तमाशा देख रहा है. सो इट वुड इरिटेट हिम, इट वुड मेक हिम मैड. देन ही फर्दर सेज दैट इट डिड हिम रियल गुड. उस इंसान को काफ़ी मज़ा आ जाता था. ही वुड एन्जॉय वॉचिंग हिम messing about. So this says a lot about the working style of Jerome. That means कि अगर वो इंसान को मज़ा आता था इसको ऐसे देखने में कि ये mess क्रिएट कर रहा है, that means कि इसका वर्किंग स्टाइल ही ऐसा था कि हमेशा मेस करता रहता था. एंड वी विल रीड इन दिस लेसन दैट हाउ ही क्रिएट्स अ मेस while he is packing. Then Jerome says that he is not like that. He says, "Now, I'm not like that. I can't sit still and see another man slaving and working. I want to get up and superintend and walk around with my hands in my pocket and tell him what to do. It's my energetic nature. I can't help it." So you can see his bragging nature here. ही इज़ ब्रैगिंग अबाउट हिमसेल्फ कि ये खुद ऐसा नहीं है, ये तो बहुत ही मेहनती इंसान है और कैसे अपनी मेहनत डिफाइन कर रहा है कि ये जो है किसी को काम करते हुए नहीं देख सकता है, एकदम से उठ जाता है. एंड ही वांट्स टू सुपरवाइज. सुपरिंटेंड मीन्स टू मैनेज, टू सुपरवाइज पीपल. सो एंड हाउ वुड ही वॉक with his hands in his pockets. So he's not actually having any energetic nature. It is just that he thinks high of himself. So all this is going in through Jerome's mind, but he does not say anything to his friends and he starts packing. And it takes him longer than he expected. He expected it to have finished very quickly, but it takes him a much longer time. So, but finally he does pack the bag and finishes it and sits on it and straps it. उसके ऊपर बैठ जाता है और उसको बंद कर लेता है. Strap means to finally close the bag. Now, what does Harris say after he closes the bag? Now, look at the timing. Timing is exactly when he straps the bag. "Aren't you going to put the boots in?" said Harris. Now, Jerome looks around and he finds that boots are still outside and he has forgotten them. Then he says that this is just like Harris. Harris ऐसा ही है. वो इससे पहले जबकि बैग अभी खुला था या इट वॉज नॉट स्ट्रैप्ड येट, उसके स्ट्रैप्स अभी बंद नहीं किए थे, उससे पहले हैरिस कुछ नहीं कहता. इट वॉज जस्ट टू इरिटेट हिम दैट ही वेटेड फॉर हिम that the bag should be closed first and then he would point out that the boots are not put in. At this point, George laughs at this situation and Jerome calls his laughter as senseless and irritating, and he says that both these friends make him wild. That means mad in anger. Now Jerome opens the bag again and then packs his boot in, and just then when he was about to close it, a horrible idea occurs to him. And what is that? That if he has packed his toothbrush or not. And he says that he doesn't know how it happens, but every time he is packing, he forgets whether he has packed his toothbrush or not. This happens to him every time. And then in the next paragraph, he says, "My toothbrush is a thing that haunts me when I'm traveling and makes my life a misery." That means this has been a constant struggle with this toothbrush. "I dream that I haven't packed it and wake up in cold perspiration and get out of bed and hunt for it." कहता है कि मैं मैं ख्वाब में भी यही देखता हूँ कि मैंने इसे पैक नहीं किया है, और ठंडे पसीने के साथ ये जाग जाता है, फिर बेड से बाहर जंप करता है, एंड ही स्टार्ट्स लुकिंग फॉर हिज टूथब्रश. दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंस टू हिम every time. And in the morning, I pack it before I have used it and have to unpack it again to get it. And it is always the last thing I turn out of the bag, and then repack and forget it, and have to rush upstairs for it at the last moment and carry it to the railway station wrapped up in my pocket handkerchief. And you can see there is a lot of confusion around this toothbrush in his life. So how he first packs it, then before using it, because early in the morning he has to use it, सुबह सुबह तो ब्रश करना ही है, फिर उसे वापस निकालता है और एंड मौके पे फिर से भूल जाता है, and finally this is the last thing he remembers, and he wraps it around his pocket handkerchief. रुमाल में बांध के फिर वो जेब में लेके जाता है इसको स्टेशन. Now Jerome says that of course I had to turn every mortal thing out. Now अब toothbrush के confusion से, because इसको पता ही नहीं था कि वो भरा है इसने या नहीं भरा है, so he had to take out every living thing. Mortal thing means living thing, but here it means all the things from his bag. So he took out everything now, and he still could not find his toothbrush. So he rummaged the things. Rummage means to search in a very unsystematic manner. Rummage means to just spoil things. You're looking for something and you're throwing it everywhere. And this turned the state into a chaos. He says that I rummaged the things up into much the same state that they must have been before the world was created, and when chaos reigned. कहता है कि मैंने उस वक्त ऐसी हालत क्रिएट की कि शायद उस चीज़ से वो मैच करे कि जब दुनिया अभी बनी ही नहीं थी और जो है कन्फ्यूजन का राज चल रहा था. रेन मीन्स राज. So basically, Jerome is trying to say that I created such a mess that it seemed that chaos and confusion is ruling the world. He created such a messy situation that it seemed all chaos and confusion around. So now, while he is searching for things, he says that I found George's and Harris's toothbrush 18 times over. I could see it again and again, but he could not find his own toothbrush. Then what does he do? He puts things back one by one and held everything up and shook it. उसने हर चीज़ को अच्छी तरह देखा कि इसका टूथब्रश जो है वो कहाँ खो गया है. Then I found it inside a boot. Now how gross is that? Your toothbrush is inside a boot. I repacked once more. So he packs the bag again. Just when Jerome had finally finished packing the bag again, George now asks something else. What does he ask this time? He says whether the soap is inside or not. And to this, Jerome answers that he doesn't care a hang. What does care a hang mean? He doesn't care at all. He's not concerned whether the soap is inside or not. At this point, he was so tired that he just slammed the bag shut and strapped it. Now there is another confusion, that he not confusion actually, he had actually packed his tobacco pouch in the bag, and finally had to reopen it again and take that tobacco pouch out of it. So at 10:05 p.m. the bag finally got shut up, and there were only hampers to be packed now. Now, what is a hamper? It is a basket that carries various things. Here, it is a food hamper in which they would carry their food. Now, moving on to next page, that is page number 3. Now, Harris and George will take over. The next packing session is over to George and Harris. Harris says that there are only 12 hours left in their journey, so it is better that they should do the rest. And Jerome agrees to it and he sits down. अब ये उनसे उनका बदला ले लेगा कि पहले वो काम कर रहा था और ये लोग देख रहे थे. अब ये दो जो हैं, जॉर्ज और हैरिस, काम करेंगे, and now Jerome will sit and watch. George and Harris begin to pack the hampers. They start with a very light-hearted spirit. That means a very lively spirit, carefree spirit. In a happy manner, they begin packing the hampers. And it was evident that they wanted to show Jerome how to pack the bags. Like this is how it is done, not like the mess you created. And Jerome says that I made no comments. I only waited. He just waited for things to get worse. With the exception of George, Harris is the worst packer in the world. This is what Jerome thinks of them. He says that अपने लिए बारे में उसका क्या ख्याल है कि वो जो है वो दुनिया का बेस्ट पैकर है, लेकिन जॉर्ज और हैरिस के बारे में उसका एग्जैक्ट ऑपोजिट ख्याल है कि वो जो हैं दुनिया के वर्स्ट पैकर्स है. और हम देख चुके हैं जेरोम कैसी पैकिंग कर चुका है, हाउ व्हाट काइंड ऑफ अ मेस ही क्रिएटेड. नाउ इफ ही थिंक्स दैट दीज आर वर्स्ट पैकर्स, सो जस्ट इमेजिन हाउ वर्स दे आर गोइंग टू get. Now, Jerome looks around at the things that are going to be packed. He looks at the piles of plates and cups and kettles and bottles and jars and pies and stoves and cakes and tomatoes, etc. And he feels that things would become exciting soon. Now he knows the ability of his friends, George and Harris, how they would create confusion with all these things to be packed. If you see, there are author has intentionally put and again, just to show that there were so many things to be packed, and he was imagining how his friends were going to deal with so many things. The author says that things did get interesting soon. And how did they get interesting? Because George and Harris started with breaking a cup. This was the first thing that they did, and this shows that what they could do, and this makes the reader interested. This makes Jerome also interested what else they are going to do. Then Harris packed the strawberry jam on top of a tomato and squashed it. And now it is common sense that tomatoes are soft and mushy, and if you put a heavy thing on it, they'll get squashed. वो फट जाएंगे, वो बिल्कुल उनका जो है जूस वो निकल जाएगा. So this is exactly what happened, that the tomato got squashed under the heavy strawberry jam, and finally they had to pick the tomato out with a teaspoon. Now it was George's turn. What would he do? The first thing that he did, he trod on the butter. Trod means to walk. So he stepped on the butter. I didn't say anything, but I came over and sat on the edge of the table and watched them. इसने कुछ नहीं कहा, लेकिन ये जो है पास आ गया, ये थोड़ा उनको करीब से देखने आ गया. इट इरिटेटेड देम मोर देन एनीथिंग आई कुड हैव सेड. कहता है कि मैं अगर इनसे कुछ कहता उससे वो इतना इरिटेट नहीं होते, लेकिन मैं खामोशी से जो है टेबल के एज पर इनको देखने लगा, एंड दिस इरिटेटेड देम अ लॉट. सो यू कैन सी दैट ही इज टेकिंग हिज रिवेंज नाउ. ये बदला ले रहा है अपने फ्रेंड से. जिस तरह उन्होंने उसको इरिटेट किया पहले पैकिंग के वक्त, ये अब वापस उनको इरिटेट कर रहा है. Jerome says that he felt that. What did he feel? That they were getting irritated. By what? Because Jerome was continuously watching them, how they would mess up things. He says that it made them nervous and excited. And they were so nervous that they started stepping on things. Now they started to create chaos. Now they put things behind them. अपने पीछे चीज़ें रख देते थे, और जब उनको वो चीज़ें चाहिए होती थी पैक करने के लिए, तब उनको वो मिलती ही नहीं थी. Then they packed pies at the bottom. Now what is a pie? It is a baked dish which has a filling of mutton or vegetables or even fruits. So it can be sometimes sweet or savory as well. Pies are something which can be easily broken. So they again did a similar mistake as in case of tomatoes. Now they put pies at the bottom and then put heavy things on the top, and obviously they smashed the pies. We will end this part of the video here only, and we'll explain rest of the lesson inshallah in the next video. Till then, take care. Fi amanillah.